All right, so today the Saturn Vue is gonna get some love. We're gonna put some new speakers, a few amps in it, and we're gonna put a sub in the factory location. So let's jump into it. So I've already started disassembling the inside. I cut grass the other day and it kind of got a little dirty. But we're about to do some upgrades to this thing. I've been dailying it for a little while. I got new LED headlights for it, new set of headlights for it. But the speakers have been popping, so I ordered a set of these Rockford Fosgate R1s. I've used these on golf carts and stuff like that, and they're a really good speaker for the money. It's like $88 for the four, and I'm gonna use this amp to run them. I mean, they don't need an amp to run them, but I've had this stuff laying around for a while. This is gonna run the factory sub, and I'm putting a new sub in the box that comes factory. So this amp's gonna go under the back seat where the factory amp was. So basically I pulled the back seat out and somebody already bypassed the factory amp, which is a very common thing. This thing is really dirty. But the factory amp bolts in here and here, and it plugs in. And a common thing to do is pretty much cut the plug off and pretty much match up your wires, like brown and brown, gray and gray. These are your speaker wires, which just makes it really easy to put an aftermarket amp in to run all your speakers, because it's right here. So I'm gonna mount that Alpine amp right here. And right here is where your factory sub goes. It's a pretty decent little size box. It's little, but it's perfect for an 8. So I ordered a Scar Audio 8. It was like 40 bucks. So I'm gonna put that in that box. I'm gonna leave the polyfill in, make it feel like it's in a bigger box. But I'm gonna mount the amp somewhere back here. Probably right up in there where the back seat bolts in. But I think it's pretty nice to be able to use the factory setup. It's got a nice little panel that covers it all. That way I can still utilize the rear space. I'm not going crazy with this vehicle. I mean, this is gonna be my little project for doing a 6-speed swap shortly. But for right now, I'm dailying it because my truck's messed up and I just wanna have a little bit of sound. It's got some speakers in it now where they do a lot of popping. Clarion, they're Pioneers. But yeah, the front are popping. So we're gonna jump into this and start wiring it up. Well, I've been working on this thing a little bit on and off. Got a lot done. Carpet's still stained, but I'm not really worried about that part. But got the amp for the door speakers installed. My RC cables are run. I got wire ferrules on everything. One nice thing about amp being here factory is all these wires go straight to your door speakers. So I just went and got a diagram of which speaker was which and wired them right up. So that worked out perfect. Don't have to run new speaker wire. I'm probably gonna mount my other amp somewhere right around that area for the sub, which I do have out. I'm just waiting on it to come in so I can get it installed. But yeah, all I gotta do now is run my power wire and we'll be ready to turn it on. That's what it says. So the sub showed up. This is the replacement for $44. This thing is really nice. It should do perfect for what we want. There's the part number. Dual voice coil. I'm gonna wire it down to about 2 ohms. Get all the power out of the amp. Yeah, we're gonna see how it fits in the box. So after taking the trim that is molded into the box for the factory sub, I just took and cut them off and the sub fits perfect. And there's enough room for it, so I'm gonna get it wired up now. All right, so headlights are installed. These things are absolutely amazing. You know, I actually ordered the black housing. You got your trim here that's chrome. I ordered the black to come in like the 03 models, but they didn't send them. But these look fine. I like them. They're nice, and they're actually really bright. The LEDs I installed in these, I run across them. I've used a bunch of LEDs, and they're just, a lot of them are just crap. So whenever I got these and tried them, I couldn't believe how bright they was. So pretty much everything I own, I've been putting these LEDs in. I've been impressed every time. One thing to note is you have to make sure they're vertical. Basically, if you see these lines in here, your bulb has to line up with those lines. Same with that one. You got your lines right here. Your bulb needs to be vertical with that. And one good thing about these bulbs, they're adjustable. So there's a little ball bearing in there that you can turn on the locking ring. And when you get it where you want it, you can take the bulb back out and you can take a little Allen wrench and tighten it up and put the bulb right back in. But these are some insanely bright bulbs. I couldn't believe it. For $36 a piece, well, it's actually $36 a pair. So you can't beat them. So I'll leave a link to them in the description. They're Tech Max LEDs, and I love them. They got fans on the back of them, so some trucks you might have to clearance to get them to fit. They're pretty sick. So I guess I'll play some like royalty-free music that YouTube won't take down. Let you hear what it sounds like. I know you're not gonna be able to hear it over camera very well. It's not a lot of boom. It's like a perfect clean sound. It's got enough bass to where it just sounds perfect. I love how it sounds. I love having all the room in the back. If I want something bigger, I can put something back there, but I'm really happy with what this is. So just play some music and see if you can get a idea of what it sounds like. So I don't know how well you can pick that up on camera, but it sounds really good. So I guess I'm gonna end it off here. Next video, we're gonna jump into the parts car I got. That's the manual. And we're gonna start pulling the firewall piece out that holds the clutch master and start getting our parts rounded up so we can swap this to a 6-speed. So stay tuned for that. I appreciate you watching. See you in the next one.